If your left hand feels weak, sloppy, or like it just can't keep up with your right hand, you've got one of the most common problems in piano playing. The left hand simply doesn't get the same kind of workout as the right hand. In most piano music, the right hand gets the fast technical passages, while the left hand is assigned the jumps, the chords, the large intervals, and so forth. So it just never builds the same dexterity. And it doesn't matter whether you're right or left-handed. Every pianist deals with this. I'm Professor Emerita Lenora Brown from the University of Utah piano faculty, and I've been helping students with this exact problem for decades. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it with exercises and repertoire that will make your left hand stronger and more coordinated. Let's start with the hand independence challenge of an Alberti Bass. This is problematic because it usually is in the left hand and it involves the weak pinky. Practice hands separately first and play with looseness and a slight wrist rotation like this. Also, watch that you're not lifting your fingers, that you're staying on the keys. So you don't want to do this. See, I let my fingers just rest on the keys. So it's the rocking, it's actually the rocking motion that causes the notes to go down. The fingers are just sitting there. That's the secret to being able to do Alberti Bass fast. Now, some ways you could practice this to get it fast would be and then this helps you to get that motion in there. Playing trills and ornaments clearly is a challenge for most pianists. Again, you need to start hand separate because that's the first step when you're struggling with hand independence. Each hand should be extremely comfortable and should know the notes so it can play kind of on autopilot. Ornaments and trills need to be played very lightly, and so your arms and your wrists need to be level with your hands. Don't try to play them with your wrists down like this because you put all that arm weight on them. Try to keep them level so that your fingers don't feel the weight of your arms. Now, a trick that really works is if you have a trill in one of your hands, play it with both hands. Practice it with both hands. Now, what that's doing is I'm rotating in both hands. Now do it with one hand and the other. Now, this hand taught this hand how to rotate. It just kind of carried over into this hand. And it made it easier for me to rotate. Now, what if you have to play a piece that has a passage in it that has fast, solid octaves for the weaker hand? A piece that I'm thinking of is the Chopin Polonaise Opus 53. And I think all pianists can agree when we get to that octave section in the middle, we do a lot of praying. I always did. It's pretty hard. It starts with the E major chords. Then so you've got this going on. And it's perpetual, and it's the same pattern over and over and over. Later on, it changes into a different different pattern, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any easier. It's still hard because you've got that perpetual left hand going. So the important thing here is, first of all, stay close to the keys. Now, I used to practice a lot of this where I would kind of feel like I was sliding over into those black keys. Now, the reason I did that is because it helped me when I wanted to stay super close. I didn't let my hand go high, and that helped me to be able to play those faster. It didn't slow me down because I wasn't playing high. I also kept my arm high and my elbow out. Voicing the melody in one hand can definitely require some strong independence. Sometimes the melody doesn't always play in the right hand, as you know, and you have to play it in the left hand, or it'll pass from one hand to the other. It might be playing in the right hand and the left. A good example of that is the Bach Invention number 14, the one that goes like this. Later, that same theme comes in the left. Now, that requires the left hand to be strong in order to handle that, so it's as firm and as good sounding as the right hand. So it requires some additional work, and you might want to do some work like this, some creative practicing, and practice these legato. So if you get that loose and getting yourself to feel those intervals. So I would practice that like that so that you do it with a very loose arm, and the same in the right hand, so that you get those. That is such a valuable way to practice a piece like this. I'd like to talk a little bit about how to make your left hand more equal to your right hand. It's a problem that we have to deal with, is to strengthen our left hand so that it feels like it's equal to what you can do in your right hand. I don't think it ever really quite gets there. It doesn't for me. My left hand always feels a little weaker, and I have to spend more time with it. Now, I believe that is very important in practicing technique exercises. And when my students come and they'll play an arpeggio for me and it's not really perfect, I'll say, well, did you know what hand is really holding you back? And they'll just look at me and I'll say, well, it's your left hand. Did you practice your left hand separate? And they'll say, no. And that is just a given. Practice your left hand. That left hand isn't going to be good like the right. The right is much easier to play than the left. So I have them spend extra time on scales. If their left hand isn't as good, spend the time with your left. Spend time down here. Really give some time and some work, creative practicing to the left hand. Even on that arpeggio, practicing like this strengthens it. That's a wonderful exercise for strengthening the left hand, or just up and down with the scale. That is strengthening the hand very much. You want to also practice pieces that will challenge your left hand. So you want to have a little faster pieces. If you apply what I've taught you today, especially the proper arm, wrist, and hand motion, your left hand will feel stronger. The true test is when you try to play faster. This is when tension creeps in. Fingers stop cooperating, and the technique you thought was solid starts to fall apart. If that's something you struggle with, I'd love to invite you to a free class I teach with my daughter, Heather, called Why Your Playing Breaks Down as Speed Increases and How to Fix It. I'll show you exactly why this happens to most pianists and the specific changes needed to master fast, impressive pieces. The link to register is in the description. Let me know in the comments what you struggle with regarding your left hand technique so I know what videos to make in the future. Thanks for being here today.